of about 3,000 people across the United States 10 years ago. They're analyzing that data now. Very simple survey, but they have found that if you were bipolar, either 1 or 2, and you also had a heavy drinking problem, that your risk of suicide during an episode could be as high as 25%.
Really?
Wow. Completed suicide, yes. As opposed to not drinking, it might be as low as 7 or 8%.
You know, I know all these people know somebody, and there are signs to watch out for.
Yes.
And you're here at a great time. Not a great time, an appropriate time, let's say that, because we have Congresswoman Gabby Giffords
yes.
that is in our hospital
yes.
system here in Houston. And this person
yes.
that shot her in the head and shot several other people,
yes.
many deaths, and there had to be signs when I'm looking at the news reports about, you know, from the community college and the Army and all these different places
yes.
and people, friends of him and the parents.
YouTube. He had something
videos.
On YouTube.
Right, and,
yes.
and all these web pages. There were signs there.
Yes.
But people, for some reason, don't report it. Is it because they don't know who to report it to, or they don't understand the signs? What do we need to do as a society to keep this from happening?
Well, that's a great question. I'm so glad you brought that up, because it's very disturbing to me, just as it was disturbing when John Hinckley shot President Reagan because he wanted to impress Jodie Foster.
Wow.
And I thought that would make her marry him. And I believe he's been at St. Elizabeth's ever since, and which is a major mental health institute in Washington, D.C. What's going on is that we are about, in mental health, we're probably 30 to 50 years behind in terms of where we are with internal medicine, surgical disorders, neurological, like seizure disorders, things that you can measure with an X-ray or biopsy. So when we don't have the kind of hard markers that are easy to access, that are very predictive and positive for this disorder, groups of disorders, then we're getting there. We're getting there pretty quickly now. But society as a whole doesn't have enough information. So they're afraid to approach this young man when he's talking bizarrely about, no, that's not the right math answer. It's 18, not 6, or the other way around, and it's math. And then he has this delusion about the school community college he was at was scamming him. And then he was very psychotic, in my opinion, for 2 years. And people said, does he or does he not have a mental illness? If we had a higher level of sophistication and education about these disorders, people would not be afraid to come forward and say, you need to see a doctor now.
Can they report it to somebody else then? If you know someone, who can they call?
Well, you can call, we have a lot of agencies here in Houston. You know, the police, HPD has developed this great crisis intervention team. Okay. You could call them.
Good.
You can call, we do have a crisis hotline you can call. Worst case scenario, if you are witness to some of this behavior, you can go to Harris County Psychiatric Center and ask that this person be emergently detained.
Okay.
And only on the basis of imminent harm to himself, imminent harm to others, or is this simply out of control?
Okay. Well, we've got about a minute to go. The time goes by so fast when I'm interviewing you. And so what do you want our listening audience to know more about mental health? How can we really end this segment and I make a statement?
Yeah. I would like people to just go to this website for the Greater Houston Mental Health of America, or Mental Health of America, Greater Houston, and we'll post that on our blog. And just look at the quarterly newsletter, because you'll see how pervasive these disorders are, and it'll raise everyone's awareness.
Absolutely. And what's your website?
Our website is www.claghorn-lesem.com, claghorn-lesem.com. And we're always looking for patients, but we're here also mainly to help.
Very good. Well, I appreciate you being on today, and you're listening to Talk 650, powered by CBS Radio. My name is Kirby Lanmers. We'll be right back.
Thanks. That's great.